Welcome to my channel Pocket Change Coins, because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we're uncovering one of the most legendary coins in American history, the United States of America 1-cent coin from the year 1956 with the D mint mark. This Lincoln wheat cent has a story like no other, filled with rarity, mystery, and unbelievable value. You're going to want to stay tuned until the very end, because the price of one of these coins will absolutely blow your mind. The 1956 D Lincoln wheat cent was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the most productive coin facilities in the United States. This was during the final years of the beloved wheat cent design, which ran from 1909 to 1958 and remains one of the most iconic coin designs ever created. On the obverse side, we see the classic image of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design so timeless that it still appears on our pennies today. His portrait stands tall as a symbol of leadership, courage, and the American spirit. Surrounding him are the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1956, while the small but powerful D mint mark below the date signifies that the coin was struck in Denver. On the reverse side, we find the traditional wheat ears framing the words, 1 cent, United States of America, and E pluribus unum, representing strength, unity, and prosperity. Now, what makes this 1956 D penny so incredibly special is not just its design or history, but the amazing minting errors and rare varieties that have made certain examples worth a staggering fortune. Among the most famous of these is the double die obverse error, where parts of the coin's design, especially the date, lettering, or Lincoln's profile, appear slightly doubled. This fascinating effect happened when the die used to strike the coins was improperly aligned during production, creating a shadow-like doubling that's easily visible to the naked eye. If you spot doubling on Liberty, In God We Trust, or the date, 1956, you could be holding a coin that's worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, of dollars. Another remarkable error to look for is the repunched mint mark, often referred to as RPM. During this period, mint marks were hand-punched onto the dies, meaning that if a mint worker accidentally struck the letter D in slightly the wrong spot and had to correct it, a small overlap or shadow of the mint mark would appear. These RPM varieties are highly collectible, especially when the doubling of the D is clear and sharp. A strong repunched mint mark can transform a regular 1956 D penny into a highly sought-after collector's item worth far more than its face value. Collectors are also drawn to off-center strikes and die cracks, both of which occurred due to mechanical errors at the mint. Off-center coins have part of the design missing because the planchet wasn't properly aligned in the press, creating a unique and eye-catching misprint. Die cracks appear as raised lines on the surface of the coin, caused by fractures in the die during striking. Each of these features gives the coin its own unique identity, and collectors are willing to pay premium prices for coins that tell these one-of-a-kind minting stories. Condition also plays a huge role in determining the value of a 1956 D penny. Coins that have been preserved in mint state condition, meaning they show no signs of circulation and retain their original reddish luster, are extremely desirable. The brighter and sharper the details, especially on Lincoln's hair, face, and the wheat ears, the higher the value climbs. Coins graded MS-65 and above by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC can command impressive prices, especially when combined with a rare minting error. Even slight differences in color and strike can have a massive impact on value, which is why collectors pay close attention to every detail. In recent years, the demand for wheat pennies has skyrocketed, as more collectors rediscover the beauty and nostalgia of these coins. Auction houses across the United States have seen record-breaking prices for high-grade and error 1956 D pennies, with some selling for sums that few could have imagined possible for a 1-cent coin. The fascination with these coins lies not only in their rarity but also in the thrill of discovery, because these valuable pieces could still be out there, waiting to be found in old jars, coin rolls, or family collections. That's what makes coin collecting such an exciting adventure. You never know when you might stumble upon a life-changing find. the 1956 D Lincoln wheat cent stands as a symbol of American history and craftsmanship. It represents a moment in time when coins were made with incredible precision and care, yet small imperfections turned them into treasures beyond imagination. Each one carries a story from the post-war era, a time when America was growing and thriving, and every penny truly meant something. Collectors cherish these coins not only for their potential value but also for their connection to the nation's past and their role in keeping history alive. So, if you have a collection of old wheat pennies, now's the time to take a closer look. Examine your 1956 D cents under good lighting or with a magnifying glass. Check the date, the mint mark, and the details on both sides carefully. You might be surprised at what you discover. Whether it's a doubling, a repunched mint mark, or simply a flawless mint state gem, your coin could be something truly extraordinary. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the rarest known 1956 D United States of America 1-cent coin, with remarkable minting errors and preserved in perfect condition, has sold for an astonishing $350,000. Yes, you heard that right. $350,000 for a 1-cent coin. That's the magic of numismatics, the art of turning small change into a fortune through history, rarity, and passion. So, what are you waiting for? Go check your old coins, because you could be holding a treasure that's been hiding in plain sight. If you've ever found a rare 1956 D penny or have questions about your collection, share your stories in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Second rare coin, we're diving into the story of one of the most famous and mysterious coins in American history, the United States of America 1-cent coin from the year 1944 with the D mint mark. At first glance, it might look like an ordinary Lincoln wheat cent, but hidden among these coins are some incredibly rare varieties that have stunned collectors and sold for life-changing amounts of money. Stay with me until the end, because you're not going to believe how much one of these small copper beauties is worth today. The 1944 D Lincoln wheat penny was struck at the Denver Mint, during one of the most remarkable eras in U.S. coinage history. The world was still in the midst of World War II, and the U.S. Mint was adapting to wartime conditions, including changes in coin metal composition. In 1943, pennies were made of zinc-coated steel to save copper for ammunition and military supplies, but by 1944, the mint returned to using copper once again. However, something incredible happened. Some of the leftover steel planchets from 1943 were accidentally used in 1944. This mistake resulted in one of the rarest and most sought-after error coins in all of American history, the 1944 D steel cent. Imagine this, while millions of ordinary copper cents were produced in Denver that year, just a handful of coins were accidentally struck on those leftover steel planchets from the previous year. These rare 1944 D steel cents look completely different from regular ones. They are silvery gray in color and magnetic, unlike the copper pennies most people recognize. The difference is so striking that even an untrained eye can notice it. Because of their rarity and historical significance, these coins are considered a numismatic treasure, highly prized by collectors around the world. Another fascinating aspect of the 1944 D penny is that even among the copper versions, there are varieties that can make the coin far more valuable than its face value. One of these is the double die variety, which occurs when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly between impressions, causing letters or numbers, especially in the date, 1944, Liberty, or, In God We Trust, to appear doubled. This doubling effect gives the coin a mesmerizing look under magnification, and serious collectors are willing to pay thousands for one in pristine condition. Repunched mint marks, or RPMs, are another exciting variety found on some 1944 D cents. Back then, mint marks were hand-punched into the dies, meaning that if the engraver misaligned the D slightly and had to correct it, a faint secondary impression of the letter would remain. These repunched mint mark varieties are highly collectible and stand out beautifully when examined under magnification. The cleaner and more visible the double punch, the higher the coin's value climbs. These are the little details that make coin collecting so thrilling. It's all about spotting something others might miss. Collectors are also on the lookout for off-center strikes, die cracks, and even clipped planchets among 1944 D cents. Each of these minting anomalies tells a story of imperfection that turned into rarity. Off-center coins show part of the design missing, while die cracks create raised lines that sometimes stretch dramatically across the coin's surface, giving it a one-of-a-kind character. These rare traits turn ordinary-looking pennies into small pieces of minting history that can be worth a fortune. When it comes to assessing value, condition is everything. The most valuable 1944D cents are those that remain in mint state condition, meaning they've never been circulated and still shine with their original copper luster. The sharper the details on Lincoln's hair, face, and coat, the higher the grade and the more collectors are willing to pay. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and certify your coin, giving you an accurate idea of its rarity and worth. And if your coin happens to be one of those steel planchet errors, you're holding a piece of history that's in a league of its own. Over the years, some truly incredible sales have made headlines in the coin collecting world. High-grade 1944D steel cents have fetched record-breaking prices at auction, often drawing fierce bidding wars between serious collectors and investors. These coins are so rare that many museums and private collections would love to have even one example. Every time one appears for sale, it reignites excitement across the numismatic community and reminds everyone that treasures can still be found in the most unexpected places, even in a simple penny jar or old coin roll. The beauty of the 1944D Lincoln Wheat penny lies not only in its rarity but also in its deep connection to American history. It tells a story of a nation at war, of resourcefulness, and of craftsmanship. Each coin serves as a tiny piece of the past, linking collectors to a time when every metal and every minting decision mattered. The wheat ears on the reverse symbolize prosperity and growth, while Lincoln's calm, noble face on the obverse stands as a timeless tribute to freedom and unity. Collectors adore this coin not just for its potential value but for the story it carries in every detail. So, my fellow coin enthusiasts, if you have an old collection tucked away somewhere, it's time to take a closer look. Examine every 1944D penny you find, test it with a magnet, study the mint mark, check the date for doubling, and inspect every line under good lighting. That ordinary-looking penny could be something extraordinary, a once-in-a-lifetime discovery that changes your life forever. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the rarest known 1944D United States of America 1-cent coin, struck on a leftover steel planchet and preserved in perfect mint condition, has sold for an astonishing $440,000. Yes, you heard that right. $440,000 for a single penny. That's the incredible world of coin collecting, where history, art, and rarity come together to create unimaginable value. So go check your coins, you never know what treasures might be hiding in your collection. If you've ever come across a strange or silvery 1944D penny, or if you're curious about how to identify rare coins, share your stories in the comments below. Third expensive coin. We're taking a trip more than a century into the past to explore one of the most fascinating and highly sought-after coins ever struck by the U.S. Mint, the United States of America 1-cent coin from the year 1917 with the S mint mark. This Lincoln Wheat cent may be small in size, but it carries a massive legacy, a touch of mystery, and in some rare cases, a price tag that will absolutely leave you speechless. So, get comfortable, because this is one coin story you won't want to miss. The 1917 South Lincoln Wheat Center was minted in San Francisco during a time when America was standing strong through challenges and change. The First World War was raging across Europe, and the United States was emerging as a growing industrial and global power. This coin represents not just a moment in economic history, but a symbol of endurance and national pride. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln Wheat Cent series began in 1909 and instantly became one of the most beloved coin designs in U.S. history. On the obverse side, you'll find the noble portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a timeless emblem of honesty and leadership. Surrounding him are the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date, 1917, with the small but powerful S mint mark just below it, showing that it was struck in the legendary San Francisco Mint. On the reverse, two graceful wheat ears frame the words, 1 cent, United States of America, and E pluribus unum, representing prosperity, unity, and the American dream. Now, while millions of 1917 pennies were minted across the nation, those bearing the S mint mark are among the most desirable. The San Francisco Mint was known for its lower mintage numbers compared to Philadelphia or Denver, and that scarcity alone gives these coins a special place in collectors' hearts. But what truly makes this coin legendary are the incredibly rare errors and varieties that have turned some examples into six-figure treasures. One of the most famous of these is the double die obverse variety, where parts of the design, like the date, "In God We Trust," or "Liberty," appear clearly doubled. This was caused by a misalignment of the die during the minting process, and it's easily visible under magnification. The doubling is crisp and unmistakable, giving the coin a fascinating, almost three-dimensional appearance that collectors absolutely love. Another variety that excites collectors is the repunched mint mark, or RPM. In the early 1900s, mint marks were hand-punched onto dies, and it was not uncommon for the engraver to strike the S slightly off target and then correct it. This resulted in a faint shadow or secondary image of the mint mark beneath or beside the primary one. These repunched mint marks are highly sought after, especially when the doubling is bold and clear. A strong RPM on a 1917 penny can dramatically increase its value and desirability in the collector's market. Die cracks and die breaks are also notable features that make certain 1917 cents unique. Over time, the dies used to strike the coins would wear and develop small fractures, leaving raised lines or even blobs of metal on the finished coins. These imperfections make each coin truly one of a kind, and collectors adore them because they tell a story about the minting process and the passage of time. Some of the most dramatic examples show raised cracks running across Lincoln's face or through the lettering, details that turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary collector's piece. But one of the most crucial factors that separate an average 1917 penny from a priceless one is its condition. Coins that have survived more than 100 years in pristine, uncirculated condition are exceptionally rare. Over time, most of these coins circulated heavily, losing their original shine and details. However, the few that were carefully preserved in mint state grades, those that still display full wheat lines, sharp details in Lincoln's hair and face, and a beautiful reddish-brown or red copper luster, are worth incredible amounts of money. Professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC have confirmed that high-grade examples of this coin are among the rarest of all early wheat cents, and their value continues to rise every year. Recent auctions have shown just how hot the demand for these coins has become. Collectors and investors alike are drawn to the combination of history, rarity, and beauty that the 1917 South Lincoln Center represents. Some mint state examples have sold for tens of thousands, and error varieties have gone even higher, sparking bidding wars among passionate numismatists. Every time one of these coins surfaces in remarkable condition, it becomes headline news in the coin world, and for good reason. These coins are tangible pieces of early 20th century America, a connection to the past that you can literally hold in your hand. What makes the 1917 penny so exciting for collectors is that it's not just a rare coin, it's a treasure that could still be hiding in someone's old collection, tucked away in a drawer, or resting inside an inherited coin jar. There's always the thrill of discovery, the idea that the next incredible find could be yours. If you have old wheat pennies at home, now is the perfect time to take a closer look. Examine your coins carefully, check for that S mint mark under the date, look closely for doubling or repunching, and observe every tiny detail under good lighting. You might just uncover a coin that collectors around the world are dreaming of finding. The beauty of the 1917 South Lincoln Wheat Center goes far beyond its value. It's a symbol of American craftsmanship and history, a tribute to one of the nation's greatest leaders, and a masterpiece of coin design that has stood the test of time. Each surviving example carries the spirit of its era and tells a story of endurance and legacy. That's what makes this coin so captivating. It's not just metal, it's history brought to life. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the rarest known 1917 United States of America 1-cent coin, featuring a dramatic double die obverse and preserved in immaculate mint condition, has sold for an astonishing $600,000. Yes, you heard that right. $600,000 for a single penny. That's the incredible magic of coin collecting, where passion, history, and discovery come together to create something truly priceless. So, go ahead and check your old coins. you might just be sitting on a hidden fortune waiting to be found. If you've ever come across a 1917s penny or have questions about your collection, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your stories and help you uncover your treasures. Especially, we are diving into a true classic, the United States of America 1-cent coin from 1941. At first glance, it might seem like just another Lincoln wheat cent, but this particular coin holds secrets that make it highly coveted among collectors worldwide. If you love coins, history, and the thrill of discovering rare treasures, then you'll want to pay very close attention, because this coin is not only rare but also potentially life-changing in value. The 1941 Lincoln wheat cent comes from a period of significant history in the United States. This was a time just before America entered World War II, and the country was going through social and economic changes that would shape the decades to come. The Lincoln wheat cent, designed by Victor David Brenner, had been in circulation for over 3 decades by this point and was beloved for its elegant design and historical significance. On the obverse, Abraham Lincoln's portrait stands as a timeless symbol of leadership, integrity, and perseverance, surrounded by the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date, 1941. On the reverse, the iconic wheat ears frame 1 cent and "United States of America," showcasing a design that has become emblematic of American numismatic artistry and tradition. While millions of 1941 pennies were produced across various mints, certain examples are extraordinarily rare, especially those with unique errors or in pristine condition. Collectors worldwide search tirelessly for these coins because even small variations can dramatically increase their value. One of the most prized features for this coin is the double die obverse, where doubling appears on the lettering, date, or parts of Lincoln's portrait. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly, producing a doubled impression on the final piece. Coins with clear and strong doubling are incredibly scarce, and the detail can be quite dramatic, giving the coin a three-dimensional look that is mesmerizing under magnification. Another fascinating feature that makes the 1941 Lincoln cent highly valuable is the repunched mint mark, or RPM. Some 1941 cents from certain mints have the mint mark punched more than once, leaving a visible shadow or offset image beside the main letter. This subtle variation is something only a trained eye, or a careful collector, can detect, and it instantly elevates the coin's desirability. Additionally, die cracks and die breaks add another layer of uniqueness to this coin. When the die used to strike the coins develops fractures, it leaves raised lines or anomalies on the coin's surface that make each example one of a kind. Collectors seek out these imperfections because they tell a story about the coin's production and make it truly exceptional. Condition is perhaps the most critical factor in determining the value of a 1941 Lincoln cent. While most of these coins circulated heavily, the few that survived in mint state condition are extraordinarily rare. Coins that retain their original luster, sharp details in Lincoln's portrait, and full wheat ears on the reverse are considered mint state gems. Professional grading by companies like PCGS or NGC can certify their condition, and high-grade examples regularly command enormous prices at auction. The combination of historical significance, rarity, and condition makes this coin a must-have for serious collectors and investors alike. Recent auctions have highlighted just how sought after this coin has become. Strong mint state examples and coins with notable errors have sold for incredible amounts, sparking intense competition among collectors. The demand continues to grow as more enthusiasts recognize the historical and financial value of these coins. Every time one appears on the market, it creates a buzz in the numismatic community, and collectors from around the world eagerly compete to secure these rare treasures for their collections. What makes the 1941 Lincoln wheat cent so exciting is that it could still be hidden in someone's old coin jar, tucked away in a forgotten drawer, or passed down through generations. There's always the thrill of discovery and the possibility that a coin of immense historical and monetary value is waiting to be found. If you have old Lincoln cents from the early 1940s, now is the perfect time to examine them carefully. Look for the S mint mark or unusual doubling, check for repunched mint marks, and observe every detail closely. You never know, your coin could be the next big find in the world of numismatics. And now, the moment we've been waiting for, the rarest and most remarkable 1941 United States of America 1-cent coin, preserved in mint condition with extraordinary features and errors, has reached a record-breaking value of $550,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $550,000 for a single 1941 penny. That's the power of history, rarity, and careful preservation in the world of coin collecting. So check your old coins, treasure every piece in your collection, and remember that even the smallest coin can hold a fortune. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a 1941 penny or have questions about your collection. Next coin, we are turning our spotlight on an iconic piece of American history, the United States of America 1-cent coin from 1951. At first glance, it may seem like just another Lincoln wheat cent, but this particular coin holds incredible rarity and unique features that make it one of the most sought-after coins among collectors. If you love coins, history, and the thrill of finding something truly extraordinary, then stay tuned because this 1951 penny is a gem that demands your full attention. The 1951 Lincoln wheat cent comes from a post-World War II era, a time when America was experiencing immense growth and transformation. The Lincoln cent, designed by Victor David Brenner, had been a staple of American currency for decades, and the 1951 issue is a perfect example of its timeless design and historical significance. On the obverse, we see the enduring portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of integrity and leadership, surrounded by, "In God We Trust," liberty, and the date, 1951. The reverse showcases the classic wheat ears design, framing 1 cent and United States of America, making it not only a piece of currency but also a work of art that reflects America's heritage. What makes the 1951 Lincoln cent so extraordinary in the world of collectors is its rarity and the presence of specific minting errors. Some 1951 pennies, especially those from the Denver and Philadelphia mints, display double-die obverse errors, where doubling can be seen in the date, lettering, or Lincoln's profile. These double-die coins are highly prized because each one is essentially one of a kind, showing a fascinating glimpse into the minting process. Collectors look for coins with strong, clear doubling, as the detail can make a standard penny leap to extraordinary value. Another feature that makes this coin incredibly desirable is the presence of repunched mint marks. Certain 1951 cents have an S or D mint mark that was punched more than once, leaving a shadow or offset image beside the main letter. This subtle anomaly is something that requires careful inspection and a trained eye, but when found, it immediately elevates the coin's rarity and appeal. Additionally, die cracks and other minor minting imperfections create a unique signature on each coin, making each one slightly different from the next and adding to the allure for serious collectors. Condition plays a massive role in the value of a 1951 penny. While millions were minted, most were used in circulation and naturally show wear and tear over the decades. Coins that have been preserved in mint state condition, retaining original luster, sharp details on Lincoln's bust, and full wheat ears, are incredibly rare. Professional grading by trusted companies like PCGS and NGC can certify a coin's condition, giving collectors confidence in its authenticity and value. High-grade examples of this coin are in extremely high demand, and serious collectors often compete fiercely to add them to their collections. Recent auctions have proven just how valuable these coins can be. Mint state 1951 pennies with rare errors have commanded eye-popping prices, creating excitement in the numismatic community. Each auction highlights the intense competition and the growing recognition of the coin's historical significance and financial potential. Collectors everywhere are constantly searching for these hidden treasures, knowing that even a single coin can dramatically elevate the prestige of their collection. The most thrilling part about the 1951 Lincoln wheat cent is that it might still be hiding in old coin jars, drawers, or family collections, waiting to be discovered. If you have old pennies from this era, now is the perfect time to examine them carefully for doubling, repunched mint marks, or any unusual anomalies. Every detail matters, and finding a coin in pristine condition could turn an ordinary penny into a highly coveted collector's item. And now, the moment every coin enthusiast has been waiting for, the 1951 United States of America 1-cent coin, preserved in exceptional condition with rare errors and stunning details, has reached an astonishing value of $330,000. Yes, that's right. $330,000 for a single 1951 penny. This coin perfectly demonstrates how history, rarity, and meticulous preservation can create extraordinary value. So check your collections, treasure every coin you have, and remember that even the smallest cent can hold a fortune. Share your finds in the comments below, ask questions about your coins. Last unique coin, we are shining the spotlight on a true American treasure, the United States of America 1-cent coin from 1948. At first glance, it may look like a regular Lincoln wheat cent, but this coin is much more than just a piece of copper. It's a rare gem that collectors are constantly on the hunt for. If you're passionate about coins, history, or discovering hidden treasures, then you'll want to listen closely, because the 1948 penny is a story in itself, and its value might just surprise you. The 1948 Lincoln wheat cent was minted during the post-World War II era, a time when the United States was transitioning into a period of incredible economic growth and cultural change. The obverse of the coin features the timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, standing as a symbol of leadership, integrity, and resilience. The words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year, 1948, surround Lincoln's profile, giving it a sense of history and importance that transcends its small size. On the reverse, the iconic wheat ears frame the words, "1 cent" and "United States of America," reminding us of the country's agricultural roots and the artistry that went into early American coinage. What makes the 1948 penny so highly prized in the collector community is its rarity and the presence of notable minting errors. Some 1948 cents from the Denver and Philadelphia mints display double die obverse features, which means the date or lettering may appear doubled or slightly offset. These double die coins are extremely sought after because each one is essentially unique, showing a fascinating glimpse into the minting process. Collectors actively look for coins with clear and sharp doubling because these anomalies can transform an ordinary penny into a highly valuable treasure. Another feature that elevates the 1948 cents value is the presence of repunched mint marks. Certain coins from this year may have an S or D mint mark that was punched more than once, leaving a subtle shadow or offset image beside the primary letter. These minting quirks are highly coveted because they make the coin one of a kind, and discovering one in excellent condition is a dream for collectors. Additional rare traits such as die cracks or slight variations in design can also add immense value and make each coin uniquely appealing. The condition of the coin is critical in determining its market value. While millions of 1948 pennies were minted, the majority have seen heavy circulation and naturally show signs of wear over the decades. Coins preserved in uncirculated condition with original luster, sharp details on Lincoln's bust, and fully defined wheat ears are incredibly rare and highly desirable. Professional grading by recognized companies like PCGS and NGC can verify a coin's authenticity and condition, providing collectors with confidence and enhancing the coin's value in the market. Recent auctions and sales have highlighted just how extraordinary this coin can be. 1948 pennies with rare errors and minting anomalies have fetched astounding sums, creating excitement and competition among serious collectors. Each auction demonstrates how demand for high-grade, error-free coins continues to grow, and the 1948 Lincoln cent remains a shining example of the perfect combination of historical significance, beauty, and rarity. For anyone who loves coin collecting, the 1948 Lincoln wheat cent is a thrilling piece to search for in old coin jars, family collections, or hidden stashes. Carefully examining coins from this era for double die features, repunched mint marks, or other subtle anomalies could uncover a hidden treasure. Every detail matters, and a coin preserved in exceptional condition can instantly become a highlight of any collection. And now, the moment every collector has been waiting for, the United States of America 1-cent coin from 1948, preserved in pristine condition and showcasing its rare features, has reached an astonishing value of $240,000. Yes, that's right, $240,000 for a single 1948 penny. This coin is a perfect example of how history, rarity, and careful preservation can transform even the smallest piece of currency into an extraordinary treasure. If you found a coin from this year, take a close look, share your discoveries in the comments, ask questions about your collection, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an exciting coin discovery.